Hello and welcome to NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez. We have a special guest here, Luis from Performance Vertical Consulting. He's a sports
That's easy for you
psychologist.
to say.
Anything, anything you'd like to say, sir?
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me, and I think we'll have some fun today.
Sure. All right. Let's get started with today's matchups. Luis here has picked both these matchups, and we're doing something a little bit different today. Instead of just having one player against a different player, we're in both of our matchups. We're comparing two different big threes from different teams in the league. Luis, can you start us off with our first matchup?
Yeah, our first matchup is the Miami Heat's Big Three. I'm sorry, forget it. I'm talking about the. Oh yeah, it is Miami Heat. Sorry, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh against the New York Knicks Big Three: Chauncey Billups, Carmelo Anthony, and Amari Stoudemire. So first of all, I've got to say that I think the Miami Heat have it all over the New York Knicks, and I'll tell you why. It's because of how slow and old Chauncey Billups is, and he's at the end of his career. So he's still valuable, but I don't think you can really consider him a big three, an appropriate big three matchup. Now Carmelo, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the whole league, but
Certainly.
yeah, but he plays no defense. So LeBron and Dwayne Wade are gonna just have a field day against against the Knicks. And for that matter, I think the strongest player for the Knicks is Amari Stoudemire, and I've yet to see him play that much defense either. I mean, he plays with heart and he hustles, but he's not that good of a defensive player. So as far as this matchup is concerned, I think Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Chris would just make mincemeat out of the Knicks.
Sure. Yeah. Miami obviously a lot better defensively than the Knicks, but obviously the Knicks can produce a lot of offense
Yep.
from,
Yeah.
especially from Carmelo once they acquired Billups and Anthony at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
That really helped them boost it up. Obviously, they were the only sweep in the first round of the playoffs when they were swept by Boston as the number 6 seed. Um, our next matchup is Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, and Tim Duncan, the San Antonio Spurs Big Three, versus Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett, the Boston Celtics Big Three. What do you have to say about this, Luis?
Well, first of all, we're talking about two big three matchups that are both getting long on the tooth. They're both older teams, and so I think it's a good matchup, but we're talking about some age here. And so when you're talking about age, you never know when a team is going to start going downhill very quickly. And but I still think that the Spurs are very, very tough. I don't see a big drop off yet, and they had the second best record in the league last year, and so I don't think you're going to see much drop off. I love Tony Parker as a scoring point guard. I love Manu Ginobili and Tim Duncan. I think still has a lot left in his tank. So I think they're very strong. As far as the Celtics are concerned, you've got a hot shooting Ray Allen who can light it up from the perimeter.
Obviously, he just won the he just broke the Reggie Miller's record for most 3 pointers in a season
Right.
this past season.
Yep. You got Paul Pierce who can do a little bit of everything. He's a good matchup with Manu Ginobili. I think they're very similar players. I think Paul Pierce is a little stronger, and but Manu, I think the world of Manu. So I give Manu the matchup over Paul. I give Tony Parker a slight overall edge over Ray, despite Ray Allen being able to shoot the lights out. I think Tony Parker is more versatile, has a more complete game. And then when you're talking about Tim Duncan against Kevin Garnett,
And we actually had this matchup, just the two of them together, twice actually in NBA talk in previous webisodes. So let's see what Luis has to say about that.
okay, I'm going to give Kevin Garnett a little bit of an edge. I think Kevin is still very athletic. I think he, for short periods of time, it can be really explosive.
He had that
And-
knee injury though. this
Yeah, but
season.
I think he's fully recovered as far as I can tell. I didn't see a problem once the playoffs came around.
Yeah.
And Tim Duncan can still play short periods where he's very effective, but overall, I give Kevin Garnett a little bit of an edge. But overall, I still see the Spurs being a little stronger. And if you're talking about the big three, I would take the Spurs a slight edge over the Celtics.
All right. Now let's get on to NBA headlines. And the NBA commissioner David Stern has told ESPN and TNT that an 82 game NBA season is not yet out of question. What do you think about that? Because I'm taking this as good news right now.
Yeah.
Because that even though he's already canceled the first 2 weeks of the season, there has been speculation that they could, instead of just chopping off all games played from November 1st to November 14th, they could move the whole season, so the whole season is delayed. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think overall it's a good sign. And I also think David Stern I think he's trying to use this a little bit as leverage to get the players to agree to something so they don't lose the whole season and they can play the entire schedule. But I will also say that they're so far apart that I think it's going to take almost a miracle for the season to be played in its entirety. So it's good news, but I am still skeptical.
Yeah, and a lot of the people on ESPN are skeptical as well. ESPN has been doing these 5-on-5s throughout the NBA lockout, where they have five people from different NBA websites discuss what their take on the lockout, and just this week they had one that they ran one where they had each of the guys talking about when they expected the season to start. A lot of them were saying February, but then there were some that thought that the entire season could be missed. So there's a lot of bad news there because those guys are professionals, and if they're thinking that the season is going to be gone.
They have a lot of sources that give them a lot of ideas about what's really going on. So I just every minute that passes without a deal puts the league and the season more in jeopardy. So I still very skeptical.
All right. Well, thank you for watching NBA Talk with Jordan Valdez. Thanks to Luis for joining me. And I'll see you next time.
Yep. You guys take care. Bye.